Hello everybody, welcome. This is PowerTerm for Windows CE. When you log in, you are greeted by this connect screen, right? That is gonna ask you for the parameters to connect to your server, yeah? So here you can choose a terminal type, and it supports a huge variety of terminals. So you have Siemens and, AIX, x86. I think this is like IBM 327 display and printer that you can connect to as well, and so on, right? SCO, that should be standard Unix, anyway. And then you have also the session ID in that terminal, right? Or you can establish a COM session via serial port if you want to manage some device. And both the telnet and the COM sessions I managed to get working against one of my access points that I kept telnet on for test purposes, for playing around. Unfortunately, even though here we get some SSH support, I didn't manage to connect to any SSH device, maybe because of ciphers, I'm not sure, but I was not very successful with it. Yeah, so I'm not sure if newer devices are using higher ciphers, but I don't get the option here, yeah. And unfortunately, I cannot see all the options. Let's hide the taskbar here. Yeah, so but you see, I could even do X11 forwarding and so on. Yeah, so this back in the day was a very powerful application, and if you were a system admin on the go, you could actually do a lot of emergency works here, or even go into a data center carrying on a small device to do a quick change, or at least quick diagnosis. Yeah. You can keep many sessions, right? And you can click on them and load the parameters. You don't have to enter your host name all the time, right? And you could also run scripts upon connection and get setup files. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to show it to you when you're connected, or actually maybe I could. Alright, so I actually connected my device to the network, and I'm connected to my access point via telnet, and I'll be able to better demonstrate the functionalities in this way. So if you see, if I if I enter commands, you see it's answering fine. So let's have a look. Here on the top, in the file menu, you can save the terminal setup configuration, right? So you don't have to all the time read the parameters. You can save as an icon, so you can have a file there that you just double tap and get everything open the way you want it. Right. Then if you go here, you can create a keyboard file. I'm not exactly sure what they do, but you have the option to do that. There's also this PowerPad file, I don't know what they do. You can print screen, you can automatically print the output. So if you have a line printer connected, like some serial matrix printer, or I don't know, a line feed printer, right? You can get everything that happens on the screen printed automatically. You can create a new terminal window, or you can exit all sessions here. In edit, you can select on the screen. You can clear the screen all over. So basically now you're back to 0, yeah? And if you do show, it should be should get a feed again. So as you can see, the screen doesn't auto scroll, or not always, so it's easy to get lost. Also, the characters are huge, so it's really hard to do complicated tasks here. You can copy and paste text, right? So you can either paste commands or copy the text on the screen to something, or you can copy the whole session to a file, yeah. Not sure what automatic copy does, we're gonna have a look on this later. If you go to terminal, the setup screen should be what we saw in the beginning. Let's see. Right, you see, you can connect straight to line feed printers or to displays, right? You can have a terminal emulation. Then you have the general types, you know, so 386, AIX, and so on. If you go to general, yeah, so you have also the character set that you're gonna use, you know, the bit size of the data characters, if you're gonna use a numeric keypad based on the application, and so on, yeah. Or if the cursor is gonna operate normally, or if you're gonna send, I think application, it means that you're gonna send the cursor keys through and the remote system is gonna process them, yeah. To display, you can, you know, scale or not the screen, right? You can show the history scroll bar here on the side or not. You can do a line wrap. You can reverse colors. You can choose how many lines per screen you want to see, and how many columns. So 80 by 24 is the standard size. If you want smooth or jump scrolling, you can enable like some sort of screen softening here. I don't know what Power Key and Show Frame do. Or you can also choose how you process the control characters and so on. Go to keyboard, you can for example enable clicks. If the backspace keys, you send delete or backspace. I will set to backspace because my keyboard has a delete key. And so printer, can print to a network printer. I haven't managed to get this working yet, but I'm working on it. You can print to a device or print to a file, yeah. Since I have no printer device, I can set this to none. You can also choose a printer model here. There are some models with drivers pre-installed. I was hoping that Windows CE would come with some sort of PostScript printer, but it doesn't seem to. Although I will look up for a PostScript driver, I know my printer supports it, so I hope that I'll be able to print from my Windows CE device eventually once I get, you know, a PostScript driver installed. In tabs, basically, well, this reminds me of, you know, this perfored card inputs. So basically you can see here how the tabulations are going to work. You can choose the colors that you prefer, and you can choose what you see. So you can also connect if you have a save file already done. You can always show that connect box as saw in the beginning, or actually not connect. You can keep a buffer here, and you can ask to save a session and so on when you leave, yeah. You can change fonts here as you prefer. You can make them smaller to put more information on the screen, right, if you would like. But PowerTerm font seems to be a good choice to have some information on the screen. Let's see. You get some information here about my access point. Back to the terminal menu. I have no idea what this will do. Reset probably restarts it. Online, yeah, it is connected, so I could tap and disconnect. Hold screen, I think, disables updating the screen, so if you're like troubleshooting some log file, then you tap hold screen, so you know data is coming but the screen doesn't scroll. Yeah, communication just has connect and disconnect. Go to sessions. You actually can have multiple sessions running, so you can switch between them. And on the bottom here you have soft function keys, right? And of course they're going to be interpreted based on the remote system, so here they are not going to do anything. We can move the menu bar down here to see the other options. So stop, release, hold. I don't know what this will do, but you can disconnect, copy and paste, right? And then you have like print and auto print. You just, you know, send through whatever you're doing. Here you can start script recording, yeah? So you can basically record whatever you're writing and you can run that as a script, so you basically automate tasks. Yeah, you can change your session size, so here I changed to 80 or 132 so I can fit more things on the screen. Yeah, terminal setup opens that setup screen that we saw before. And let's see what else is here. Keyboard mapping. So you see, you have here on the top a full keyboard, and then you have here my handheld PC keyboard, and then I can associate keys based on my preferences. Yeah, so you have here and here. That was my session. And we have more menus here, and Windows CE has this option of moving menus around so you can see the rest. Keyboard map we just saw. PowerPad setup. I have no idea what this is. We should go to options. Input trace, start trace. This I also don't know what it will do, but I can start and stop a trace. Maybe help is gonna enlighten us. I can hide the menu. And can I unhide the menu? Can I? Okay, this is not great. Okay. All right, we are back. Let's move the menu away again. So I don't want to hide anything, but I could probably hide the buttons and the status bar to get more space. PowerPad, I don't know what it does. Script. So here I can, let's see, create a script. Yeah, so you can automate commands, and so if I can do show, and then this will become a script. Let's see, I'm running this, I press Q, let's stop script recording, so I can save the script, like test script. And then if I activate it, yeah, so it runs all the commands that I did. Yeah, so it's just a simple macro. And let's see, there is unfortunately no help file, but I'm glad to know that this was built with Windows CE 2.2.4 in mind, so I will be able to test with my newer devices. And I actually think on my Windows CE 6 is going to be perfect because I have a really big screen and I have a full-size serial port, so I may move this there to use it to manage my service. And I think that's it. This is actually one of the most powerful terminal applications I've ever seen, and I wonder if they make this for Linux or Windows. And if I get a chance to support the developer, I will, because I really like to support good software. And you know, this Windows CE Microsoft didn't invest too much into it, so you never get these powerhouses of Windows CE software. You have a lot of small developers that made a living out of supporting very specific use cases. And in my opinion, this is a marketplace that is really healthy, and I would like to, you know, see thrive. So hooray, small developers, you rock. Keep up the good work. And for now, let's see what program is next. And thanks for watching. This was PowerTerm for Windows CE.